On Inside Track this week, Alvin Wasserman, Director of Asset Management at Fairfield Properties, talks about the benefits of moving into the digital age with a back-office platform called AvidExchange.
There was a TV show called The Flintstones. And Fred Flintstone would go to the stone quarry every day to chisel away at rocks. Accounts payable departments in a lot of management companies are like Fred Flintstone. They're chiseling away at paper every day. The process is an order is placed for goods or services. The goods or services are performed, an invoice comes in, there's also could be a delivery ticket, and all of that is mailed to the management office. At the management office, the papers are all sorted and put together to be approved, logged into the system, and then to be approved by the property manager. After the property manager approves the invoice, it then goes back to accounts payable to issue a paper check. So now you have this collection of papers. It's a paper check, it's the backup for the check, it is the invoice, it is the purchase order, it is the delivery ticket. And then it goes back to the manager, and the manager is then delivering this bundle of papers to the boards of directors for their review and for their signature. The boards of directors see it on their site visit. If nobody's on vacation, if everybody's available, within a few days, the checks are signed, the manager picks it up, brings it back to the office, and then mails it out to the contractor and vendor. I'm exhausted from just explaining this. That's in the best case scenario, but let's say the board member has a question or finds a problem with the invoice or the backup. He may call the manager, he may email the manager, she may send it back to the manager to review, and now all of a sudden a 2-3 week process is going on a month. And the poor vendors and contractors who perform these services are waiting for their payment, trying to meet their bills and keep their companies going. Welcome to the Flintstones. Fairfield Properties is now embarked upon a new program with AvidXchange that takes us into the digital age. All invoices will be mailed to AvidXchange. All the backup documentation will be logged in at AvidXchange. The contractor will then expedite receiving payment. How will that happen? At AvidXchange, when all the documents are ready, they will email the property manager to review the documents. Online, clicking on the email, the property manager will be able to look at the invoice, the purchase order, any other backup, the delivery ticket, anything that goes with that invoice. If the property manager approves it, he presses click and it goes to the next stage. One of the board members, who's a signatory, then receives an email saying that there are invoices to be approved. The board member opens it up, reviews it. If the board member is happy with it, click, then it goes to the second board member. Same sequence, that board member clicks it, the vendor contractor is paid. Now, in this process, AvidXchange will then mail a check to the vendor or contractor as soon as the final approval is clicked. All of that is free to the vendor, contractor, to the board. It is an investment by the management company to engage this service with AvidXchange. If the vendor or contractor would like ACH direct deposit of their of the payment due to them, they can sign on with AvidXchange, and for a small fee, like a credit card, when the final approval is clicked by the board member, the money will be electronically transferred to the bank of the vendor or contractor for payment. Now, there are board members who may not be comfortable with this process. If that's the case, When the property manager clicks approval, a paper check will be generated, and the paper will then be delivered to the board. It streamlines the front end of the process, but the back end of bringing the paper checks to the properties and then having board members sign them and bring them back will remain the same, because people need to be comfortable with the process. We have found at Fairfield that one of the things that delays payments is the U.S. Postal Service. And we ran a test. We put a letter in the mail to a board member and sent it on a Monday, first-class postage, and the board member received it 5 days later. And it was only a short distance. So that also is eliminated with AvidExchange if there is a direct deposit into the vendor or contractor's bank account. So for those board members who are ready to move into the digital age, Fairfield will be providing that service for you. For the rest, Fred Flintstone will be hard at work chiseling your checks.